All right, folks, I hope you got your coffee ready for this one. We're going to be talking about XRP designed for 10,000 per XRP, along with the European Parliament being the most recent entity to say that XRP is not designed for private retail users. Okay, full breakdown in this video. It's going to be a quick one. Hope you got your coffee with you. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. All right, so let's get straight on into it, guys. I got sent this one from Cyprus Demanicor. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Cyprus Demanicor. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he says, interesting coming from the European Parliament. We got this document. Let's take a look at it, folks. So this one's from the European Parliament, Virtual Currencies and Central Banks Monetary Policy Challenges Ahead. And they note here that Ripple was not designed to be used by private persons for payments for goods and services. The target groups are banks and other financial institutions that can use it as a payment settling, currency exchange, and remittance system. The business goal of the creators of Ripple is that it will replace SWIFT as a global provider of secure financial messaging services. Ripple does not use blockchain technology. A unique distributed consensus mechanism through a network of servers is used to validate transactions. So interesting here. Once again, this from the European Parliament, talking about how Ripple was not designed to be used by private persons for payments for goods and services. So this is something that gets talked about in this community, quite often. And I've been known to say that XRP is not meant for us. And what I mean is that for all intents and purposes, Ripple's business model, their target audience, their target market is not the end user, the retail user of XRP for paying for coffee, right? This is meant for wholesale payments at a much higher level, at a clearinghouse, at a international settlement level. And so we see talks of replacing SWIFT, talks of doing this and that. But XRP itself, at its most fundamental level, is just an open source permissioned ledger for anybody to use. So XRP is meant for us. It's just that Ripple is taking XRP and using it to facilitate high value payments that need to be serviced for banks and financial institutions. Very simple, right? But then I came across this too, and it's very interesting to see how this is all kind of coming together now that we see SWIFT going live with ISO, the BIS coming out with their new rules on crypto. And I found this post here from Anders. And this is in regards to the Basel rules on crypto put banks at a disadvantage compared to crypto firms. The head of the Italian Banking Association says that banks have to set aside €1 of capital for every euro of crypto exposure, plus there's a cap on how much they can invest or hold in crypto assets, okay? So this is the new Basel crypto asset rules. Anders chimes in. He says this, I remember Bob Way saying banks would connect to payment service providers to do the ODL transfer for them. Schwartz also said a payments company could handle the ODL transfer by banks not wanting to touch crypto. Maybe they'll have no choice because of cost. So once again, guys, what we're talking about here is that some banks may not even touch the crypto, may not even touch ODL XRP themselves. That's going to be conducted through Ripple's ODL liquidity pool. And the banks will merely just send off the transaction, send off the message to them. And Ripple will be the custodian and the settlement layer with ODL to facilitate these transactions. And we see there was a bank out of India that was talking about how they were using XRP, but the retail front end users would not touch XRP. But as we see with the new BIS rules, they're putting stipulations, putting limits on these banks, their ability to hold digital assets and still be within the Basel compliance, right? And so it was recently shared with us that the Basel rules are updating this, that about 2% of a bank's assets can be crypto assets. So they're updating this, and we're starting to see banks start to get some exposure. Obviously, on-demand liquidity for XRP is growing like wildfire outside of the United States. But I wanted to bring this back to an oldie but a goodie for sure. This was an article that was put out back in 2019 by Mark Phillips, and it was titled, XRP was designed for 10,000. So I just want to go through this one once again. An oldie but a goodie. 2019, Mark Phillips, he shares this one. XRP was designed for 10,000. The evidence is in its design. When XRP was created, it was designed to be a replacement for both institutional and retail financial systems in every market around the world. How do we know this? An examination of how XRP is constructed makes this evident. A somewhat famous quote from Ripple Labs co-founder Arthur Britto provides a tantalizing clue. In 2017, he wrote, XRP must be scalable to accommodate 7.5 billion people. We'll come back to this quote, and I just want to bring this back to remember, guys, XRP in itself is designed to service and accommodate all people on this planet. It's just Ripple's business model is focusing on servicing their banks and institutional clients, right? It does provide insight into the scale of Ripple's ambitions to be used by the global population. First, let's examine some of the main features of XRP that support my claim that it was designed to carry 10,000 of value. Liquidity and availability. XRP's primary use case is to enable cross-border payments that are faster, cheaper, and more reliable than existing systems such as SWIFT. On Ripple's own Insights blog, Shayna Leonard explained how XRP is the only digital asset specifically designed for financial institutions and payment providers by providing them with a reliable, on-demand source of liquidity for cross-border payments. According to Investopedia, liquidity describes the degree to which an asset or security can be quickly bought or sold in the market without affecting the asset's price. What we see in today's market is price volatility as relatively small number of investors buy and sell XRP on the exchanges. Liquidity for XRP or any crypto comes as the price rises. Higher prices equal higher liquidity. The fact that Ripple Labs locks up some 55% of total XRP in timed release escrow accounts and has been disciplined in relocking the unsold portions of each release will help to eventually drive the price up. Although institutional partners are likely buying XRP over the counter from these releases, this is not reflected in the published exchange prices. At the time of the writing, XRP is available on the exchanges for about 31 cents, which has been relatively consistent throughout the past year as prices across the crypto market have been depressed. In the previous 6 months, XRP's price has ranged from 25 cents to 60 cents, which represents a 120% range either side of the median. Even though this is a massive movement, it is not problematic for the institutional use because of XRP's fast 1 to 5 second settlement times. Now, bringing this back, right, we just shared this in my most recent live stream talking about XRP and XLM being classified as stable coins by the World Bank because relatively speaking, the settlement being done in 3 to 5 seconds provides for a quote unquote, a relatively stable coin, a stable payment, right? Compared to the traditional SWIFT payment that's going to take you 3 days to a week to settle and have a much higher cost as well. Now, we continue on here. What is problematic, however, is that the price movement was driven by relatively small retail investments. To move value on the scale of Swift's 5 trillion daily transactions requires much more liquidity than is available in today's XRP pool. If some 45 billion XRP are available, this would require a price of approximately $111. We know that some of the XRP supply has been burned or lost via lost private keys, and a much larger percentage is probably locked up as long-term investors hold XRP. Very, very important point there, guys, that I continue to bring up is that there is not 45 billion XRP available for liquidity. My XRP is not available for liquidity. It's tucked away in my cold storage, and it's going to be staying there until we're at a much higher price. And maybe a portion of my XRP will be available for liquidity once we get the XLS30D update and we get the automated market maker functions and we get some liquidity pools built out. Maybe some of my XRP will be available, but I'm for sure, never will all of my XRP be available for liquidity. Okay. So very interesting to note that when we do our calculations, a much larger percentage is probably locked up as long-term investors hold XRP. Thus, an even smaller supply of XRP requires an even higher price to provide the minimum liquidity to accommodate SWIFT. This problem compounds when XRP's other use cases are factored in. International remittances, retail payments, credit cards, and institutional and retirement investments such as Grayscale and Morgan Creek Capital will drive demand for liquidity. Fortunately, this added demand will also drive the price, which will provide the liquidity. In fact, this creates a virtuous cycle in which demand increases prices, which increases liquidity and demand. So how high can this go? If the entire 1.14 quadrillion value of all assets, of all asset classes was tokenized via the XRP ledger, that would require at least 11,400 per XRP. This isn't likely to happen. I want to reiterate that, folks. This isn't likely to happen, but it demonstrates the scale of liquidity that XRP is designed to handle. But what about the other end, divisibility? In his A Brief History of XRP, James Hunt noted that there is a max supply of 100 billion XRP being divisible by 6 decimal places, meaning that the smallest unit, one drop, is 1/1,000,000th of 1 XRP. Why would XRP's designers make the token so divisible at a value of 31 cents? This is absurd. After all, who could possibly require the use of 1/1,000,000th of 31 cents? But at a much higher token value, say 10,000 per XRP, that divisibility makes sense for 2 reasons: low transaction costs and affordability for small retail use. Low transaction costs. The XRP Ledger dev portal notes that the minimum transaction cost required by the network for a standard transaction is 0.00001 XRP, 10 drops. It sometimes increases due to a higher than usual load. Even at 10,000 XRP value, the transaction cost still would only be approximately 10 cents. Affordability. 1 cent is arguably the smallest denomination that would be necessary to use XRP as a means of transacting everyday retail exchanges, even in developing markets, where much of the population is unbanked. This could provide affordable access to banking and digital financial transactions for even the unbanked. In its 2017 Global Findex database, the World Bank found that about 1.7 billion adults remain unbanked, without an account at a financial institution or through a mobile money provider. Approximately half of these unbanked people live in just 7 countries: Bangladesh, China, India, Indonesia, Mexico, Nigeria, and Pakistan. The report also noted that because 2/3 of this unbanked population have access to a mobile phone, the door is opening to mobile banking services as long as mobile access can be combined with well-developed payment system. XRP, used in many financial systems that Ripple Labs is working with partners around the world to provide, will enable even the unbanked to have access to the digital financial tools that are fast, stable, and affordable. Now back to that Arthur Brito statement that, quote, the XRP ledger needs to be able to scale to serve 7.5 billion people and even more devices. A new account mechanism that should allow the XRP ledger to efficiently serve humanity scale usage is in development. This would allow everyone to have an account on the XRP ledger for low cost while providing the necessary performance for humanity level service. I expect most users of XRP will use hosted accounts for their day-to-day needs, holding small amounts of XRP, placing orders, and making payments. The summary. The design decisions that went into creating an XRP structure lead me to believe that it was designed to operate at 10,000 and to serve a truly global market. The obvious question that any XRP holder will ask now is, will it get that high? I sure hope so, but there is no guarantee. If it happens, I don't think it will be in the next 5 years. But how high can it go? In a recent article, I explained how this new asset class can, and I believe will, absorb the 1.1 quadrillion value of all other markets. What do you think? Now, I do agree with Mark Phillips that, we're going to see all of this get moved on to distributed ledger technology. Is all of it going to XRP? No. Right? There's other ledgers that are going to handle other, payments, other networks, other use cases, and other utilities. But we could just continue to try to break down and provide clarity for the XRP community about this. Why did they design XRP in this way? Why did they come out with such bold statements saying that the XRP ledger needs to be able to scale to handle all 7.5 billion people on this planet? Ripple stating in 2017 that they wanted to make XRP a world reserve digital currency that was as liquid as a G10 currency. And we get statements, this one that we found today out of the European Parliament, that XRP is not designed for private retail use. And we just continue to see that reiterated, that XRP, once again, is meant to be used by whoever wants to use it. It's open source, permissionless technology, but Ripple is not looking to really service the end user on the front-facing end user platforms, but they are building out these liquidity pools, these liquidity hub, the line of credit offering for these banks and financial institutions to be able to service you. So Ripple servicing the bank, the payment platform, MoneyGram, obviously not a Ripple platform anymore, but payment providers like MoneyGram, right, are going to provide that service to you. Ripple's just focused on servicing them on the back end. Now, is XRP designed for 10K? Well, people are going to argue that point till the till we reach 10K or 10 years from now when XRP is still trading at 50 cents. God willing, it'll be a little bit higher than that. And I do think it will, as we see quadrillions get moved on to distributed ledger technology. And the point being, guys, is that we have a shadow asset class in derivatives that's even much more than just that 1.4 quadrillion that Mark Phillips mentioned there. We're talking about quadrillions of dollars of value that gets moved on to distributed ledger technology. We don't even know how high that value amount is because derivatives is a shadow asset class. But the point being, XRP is meant for us, okay? Ripple is not focused necessarily on serving us, right? But that's the good news. That's the good part about investing in XRP is you're investing in a project in an ecosystem that one of the leading fintech companies in the world, and what I would call, Ripple basically creating their own digital bank with Liquidity Hub, with HODL. This is the IMF, the BIS of the digital asset space, right? They're creating a settlement layer ready to handle trillions of dollars. Whether XRP is designed for 10K or not, I do think that we are going to move to a much higher price as this full utility is unlocked. But I just wanted to provide clarity for everyone that is hearing things like XRP is not meant for us. No, XRP is meant for us. It's just a matter of Ripple not being as focused on the retail end user as they are on servicing the banks and institutions that end up serving that retail user, right? Arthur Brito, the creator of the XRP ledger, making it very clear that he wanted to make XRP scalable for all 7.5 billion people on this planet, and they are working steadfast on making XRP a world reserve currency, right? So let's take it from Arthur. It's for all 7.5 billion people. Let's take it from Ripple. It's meant to be a world reserve currency, as liquid as a G10 currency. And I'm just so excited to see. We had another partnership that was announced here today as well. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick for you guys, actually. Actually, I know where it is. I shared this with my Discord group right here. In the midst of this lawsuit, amidst all the chaos, confusion, and FUD, Ripple scores new HODL partner as XRP bulls target these price levels. And so today, Ripple partner Tranglo announced today that it has signed EasyRemit, one of Australia's fastest growing fintech companies, as a new partner. EasyRemit will use Tranglo's cross-border payment solutions, including the XRP-based on-demand liquidity payment technology, according to a press release. As part of Tranglo's global push for Ripple's on-demand liquidity, the partnership will also allow EasyRemit to leverage HODL to maximize working capital and deliver quick and cost-effective transactions across key corridors, including Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, India, and Bangladesh, the announcement reads. EasyRemit will leverage the Tranglo platform through an interface to seamlessly route transactions in real time. In addition, the partnership is said to allow EasyRemit to streamline its operations and create new revenue streams by offering its customers more options to send international payments. And that's what we love to see. That's all we ask, is just continued development on the XRP ledger, whether it's these small projects, NFTs, metaverse, blockchain gaming that's coming to the XRP ledger. That's all fine and dandy. But we just continue to see the big boys and girls, the banks and financial institutions, continue to partner up. And Ripple partners like Tranglo seeing a competitive advantage that they're getting by using HODL, getting more partners because they have this solution to give to their partners. It's all provided by Ripple, and it's all provided by XRP. And just to be clear, whether XRP goes up to, whether XRP was designed for 10K or not, folks, this thing can only be suppressed for so much longer. Just remain patient, remain focused. This thing is absolutely going to melt faces when we do get the breakout. And I'm just very excited. As an XRP holder, we have been taught patience, but we cannot lose focus and we cannot lose sight of the continued adoption and growth of the XRP ledger, of Ripple partners, all the way into 2023, 2 years into this lawsuit. Hopefully, hoping and praying for the breakthroughs in the lawsuit here soon. We'll see if we get anything. But once again, XRP is meant for us. I'll let you guys decide whether XRP was designed for 10K or not. I'll let you guys speculate on how much of the quadrillions of value is going to be moving and settling on the XRP ledger. But we're going to have a Twitter space tonight. Make sure you guys are ready to tune in for this one, guys. We're going to start it up about 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight. That's going to be on my Twitter, okay? So if you haven't already, make sure you go follow me on Twitter. I'm going to be hosting a Twitter Spaces tonight where it's just going to be an open conversation, cryptocurrency and current events. Really looking forward to answering your guys' question, having another fun conversation over there. So make sure to tune in, okay? That's going to be at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time over on Twitter. Other than that, guys, head on over to the website, zachrector.com, and get in touch with us, okay? I appreciate all of you guys. Let's smash the thumbs up on the way out. God bless you all. Thank you so much.